For those of you who have been keeping up to date with the Toontown community and up to date on the whole server thing, Toontown Infinite and Toontown Rewritten, and if you play one or the other or both, then you obviously know that both games are significantly different. Now, when before Infinite went into open beta, I think we all had the assumption that they were going to make the game harder. That's what the words that were flying around, but um, yeah. But we did we I don't know about anybody else, but I sort of assumed that the leveling system, uh, level 50 and all of that, and without the prestige system, I thought it was still going to be this like that. 137 was going to be the max level. And the game comes out, it turns out you only have to get to level 12, and you have the prestige system in which if you get to, say, Cold Collar level 5, you can keep doing the boss over and over again uh, without having to get more merits. It's just the drawback is that you stay at Cold Collar level 5 until you click promote in your book and you get a laugh point. So yeah. Now, which now now there might not have been a point in playing both before we found out about this, but now that we found out about this level 12 thing, there actually is a clear reason to play both. Well, not maybe a reason, but like it wouldn't be a waste of time to play both since they're sort of different games. They still have the same gameplay, same old Toontown feel, but it's definitely different. Like Toontown Toontown Rewritten, you basically the only you can't do the CJ or CEO if you're under 100 laugh. You still got to be at least 100 laugh to do those bosses. You have to get your suits in order. You can't get your boss bot suit. You can't get your boss bot suit without your law bot suit, etc., etc. It's completely different in Toontown Infinite. I did a CFO with a 44 laugher the other day. You can do that in Infinite. I don't know if that's subject to change or not, but for the time being, 40 laughers can CFO. And I've done CEOs with 70 laughers, and I have a friend on Infinite, Kit Lou, who was in the first CEO, who was a 50 laugher during that. So yeah, Toontown Infinite, in a nutshell, is pretty weird compared to Toontown Online, but I personally like it. I guess it depends on your personal preference, I suppose. But yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. It'd be right. The merit progression is also significantly, the merits and the cog bucks and all that is also significantly lowered in Toontown Infinite. It's not the same. Like, it's not the same as it is in Rewritten. Cold Collar through Mr. Hollywood level 12. Like, Mr. Hollywood 12 is at 5,500 merits. In Infinite, I believe it's only 1,283, something like that. Which, on Infinite, that's only 3 long factories without invasion. Without invasion. Just let that sink in. When in Toontown Rewritten, you need to do 7 long factories and 14 without invasion. So the grinding has been reduced significantly. Not just in reducing levels, but reducing the amount of merit and stuff needed. Also, someone told me that the max options is around 5,000. That's I think he told me that's like 4 or 5 middles. Gamzee Gamzee had told me this because he maxed boss bot already. I don't know if he said 4 or 5 middles or somewhere around that, and it's like 4 or 5 backs without invasion. So that isn't bad at all compared to having to do 7 back nines on rewritten uh, 6 times, one for the level 12 run and one for and the other 5 for the laugh points. So yeah, now the drawback of The drawback of that, of Infinite's reduced grinding, the game is now significantly shorter. Like, we already have someone that maxed all the suits, and there are so few people that can do all the bosses. It's ridiculous. Like, getting a group for anything but VP is pretty tough right now. Uh, Actually, VP and the CFO are kind of easy. CJ and CEO, not so much, especially CEO. The only CEO groups I've been able to get are with some friends I've been doing boss battle with lately. But that's basically it. Like, if I try to go in the IRC and ask for groups, then I'm not going to get any luck. And someone had the nerve. I'm not going to talk about that. It's unrelated, but yeah, it's different. And the invasions, well, before a few days recently, Infinite had basically no invasions aside from a few mega invasions we'd had. Um, but those weren't consistent. Those only lasted a weekend and they were gone. But yeah, gag training on Infinite has been pretty brutal. I recently maxed my gags tune-upless again because yeah, I'm currently 114 laughs. So if you see a 114 laugh or tune-upless named Spade with the gold buckle shorts, that's me. And for those of you wondering how I got those shorts, I was a moderator for the game, and I was given those shorts. I was given those shorts by a friend, but I am not a moderator anymore because I personally didn't like moderating the IRC, and you know, if I have that attitude, I don't deserve to be on the team. So I did the right thing and removed myself. I don't have anything against anyone on the team. As of now, that may change if they do something to me, but I don't think they will. But yeah, I don't have any personal problems with anyone on the team. I'm still going to play the game. I just didn't like moderating the IRC because I find the people in there hard to deal with. But yeah, getting back to that, getting back to the invasion point, they haven't been consistent in Toontown Infinite at all. It's been a struggle to train gags. Like it's surprising to see someone with max gags. And how long's the game been out? I think it's been 2 months since the game came out, and yeah, maxing your gags in 2 months with the consistent invasions, that's not hard at all. You just gotta be able to with invasions, it's not hard at all. You just gotta manage your time well. Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. But and then these last few days, admins, I guess, have been calling invasions consistently, and they've been doing it the rewritten style, and which is calling invasions in random districts and never calling an invasion in the same district twice in a row. Rewritten does that as well, and I think that's an extremely flawed way of doing it because their goal is they don't. I guess both games' goal, they don't want another river. They don't want another nutty river. And I can see why, because in the old game, it was really laggy, and Parkers were there, and people just crowded it. But here's the thing. Although River was really laggy, it was convenient. Like I always as much as I hated River, I liked it because you would go there and you knew you'd get groups for something. Like whatever you needed, you'd get groups, and at the most 20 minutes if it wasn't like 3 a.m. or something. If it was like early evening or the afternoon, then you were going to get a group for something if you wanted. And now in the servers there's no river. Like you either have to go in the IRC and and get a group together, which could take ages depending on what you're doing, or you just have to get some friends, and depending on where your friends are in the game, then that could be either a very easy system or a very tough system. There have been teams that have surfaced in Toontown Infinite. I'm not sure about Rewritten because I don't play it as much. I'm not really in the loop about that stuff, but there have been teams forming on Infinite to get stuff done faster. People have been hating on them for whatever reason, just probably because they're getting things done fast. But I think that's actually a very good idea, forming teams to progress through the game faster. Because trying to progress through the game like on your own, just like trying to get random groups, is just so tough right now, especially in Infinite because only two operating systems can run the game right now. And that's Windows 7 and Windows 8. So we don't have people. We don't have Mac users. We don't have Linux users. We don't have Vista users. We don't have anything like that. It's instead of calling it open beta, they should call it Windows beta, Windows 7 and 8 beta, because it's not really completely open since not everyone can play. And I think that's the reason why we don't have. We could definitely have. What am I saying? I'm not on the team anymore. Sorry about that. Infinite could definitely have more players once more operating systems become compatible with it. I think the most we've ever had is like 900, and again that's only with two operating systems. We could also have more if they didn't get it. If that whole rat BS didn't happen before the game opened, I gotta admit they sort of shot themselves in the foot on that one. But yeah. And then Rewritten, I believe they get a good 1,500 on a regular basis right now. I'm gonna be on. I will probably be on the 19th, maybe at night, because I think I may have plans that night, but we will see. Uh, I don't know. I won't probably won't be on like early in the afternoon. Like once I get home from school, I'll probably get on at like 11 or 12, and the population will probably have dwindled by then. But I'm sure the next day I'll see the true potential. See how many players are really dragged in. See if it's the good old Toontown 5,000, 6,000 we saw the last few years, or see if it's only like 2,000, 3,000, which isn't that wouldn't be bad because there are less districts, so finding people to do stuff would be easier. Yeah. Getting back to the whole teams thing. Uh, I personally don't like some people in some teams, but I think the idea of forming a team in general, I think that is a very good idea, as long as they don't like take it too seriously, because some people take this game too seriously. Now, people might be saying, "Oh, you take it seriously too." I mean, I play it serious. I play it seriously, but I don't take it too seriously, if that makes any sense. I mean, if I'm gonna play the game, I'm gonna play it like the way it's supposed to be played. I'm gonna try to get advance my tune far, but like I'm not gonna take it seriously. And like I wouldn't do something like if I die in a VP, I'm not gonna sit there and like cry about it for 20 minutes. Yeah, like I'll get this game will make me mad. Like I don't know, like if I die or something because of another one's incompetence, but I mean, it only lasts. I'd only be mad for like a few minutes, and I wouldn't like throw a fit about it or something like that. But yeah, teams are a good idea as long as people aren't taking it too seriously, because those people are just hard to deal with and hard to play with. So yeah, getting back to the invasions things, it's very flawed because uh if you try to do a factory or a back nine or a mint or an office, if you don't make the invasion in one of these servers, you're basically screwed. Unless someone happens to have an invasion summon, but if they don't, then you're gonna have to sit there and wait for a while. Just wait for the chance that an invasion randomly spawns in that district again. Because, like I said, it's not one after the admins won't call an invasion in the same district one after the other because they don't want river. But like I said, that's has its flaws because I mean, come on, you can't like go into a district where invasion just started and expect to complete a back nine before the invasion ends. It's gonna end like on while you're on like the third or fourth floor. Like stuff like that is just irritating. So you'd have to get lucky, and an invasion would have to randomly spawn there again, or someone would have to have an invasion summon. What I think would be a good solution to that system is to that problem is there should be maybe 3, 4, 5 districts designated to going and calling invasions instead of like instead of one district being Nutty River in the old game. Because there's not going to be another Nutty River, because there are limits on the districts in both servers. Once it gets a certain point, you can't teleport there, even through a friend. So there's not going to be another Nutty River, but I seriously think that like we players should like get together somewhere, whether it be YouTube, one of the forums, whatever. Maybe the team can designate the districts, whatever. Designate three, four, maybe five districts dedicated to going there and getting your stuff done, getting your suits worked on, and all that, and having people call consistent invasions, players calling consistent invasions when people start doing the CJ on a regular basis. That would be a solution to the problem, because right now it's a really bad system in training in buildings too. Like if you don't get to the last floor, this is a common misconception. People think for gag points in buildings, if you don't kill the last, you have to kill the last cog before the invasion ends to get the invasion multipliers. But for gag points, if you get to the last floor, then you're fine. If the invasion's going on when you get to the last floor, you're fine. You can take your time and train whatever gags you need. It's just merits and stuff won't be doubled. That you have to kill the last cog. But yeah, I really think that they're at the system. If a staff member, if a dev or admin or something from Infinite or Rewritten is watching this, please don't continue with your system. It's a really bad one. People can't. It's hard for people to get anything done like that need invasions, especially in Rewritten, since the stuff you need for your suit is the same. And Infinite, you don't necessarily need invasions, but it would still be nice for building training, so you don't have to rush to the last floor. Because I mean, you can't just sit there and wait for an invasion to come back on before going to the last floor, because the elevator has a time limit and you only have so much lore. You can't just sit there and hold a cog forever, because you'll run out of lore eventually. And you don't have infinite tune-up gags, don't have infinite gags, so yeah. I think those systems should be changed. Just to avoid crowding of districts. If you're gonna keep calling invasions, just set 5 districts to call consistent invasions. I guarantee you that would work, and I guarantee you not all 5 of those would get filled to the brim, because there just aren't enough players for that. Because even at Infinite's busy time, like, most of the districts are quiet, and I think in Rewritten's busiest times, they're all ideal. So, and if they opened up more districts, then it'd be fine. Like, honestly, I really think that they should do that. So just randomly calling them all over the place, because that's just irritating. There have been so many times on both games where we barely miss an invasion, and then we're barely missing an invasion in buildings, and then we're basically screwed. We have to just settle for the regular points. So yeah, this is just me comparing the two servers. I'm not doing like an in-depth comparison like Frizzy Dog and Pop's gonna do, because that's his stuff. I'm not gonna like steal that and like go in depth. This was just like a summary of my thoughts, I guess. I mean, it's 19 minutes, maybe not, but I talked about a number of topics. So if I was gonna do an in-depth comparison like he's gonna do, I would have talked for like an hour or something. But yeah, I just want to get my thoughts across for you guys. Since I don't think he's gotten that far in the game, but I have a 60 laugher on Rewritten with 4 max gags, and it's basically Toontown Online, so I know all the stuff. I know basically everything about that game, everything that I'll have to do in the future, and I have a 114 laugher on Infinite, so I know what that's all about. As far as players go, There are some good ones, there are some bad ones. It's basically it's the Toontown community. You're not really gonna change the people that are in it. I've had I've been fortunate enough to run into most of the good players and the bigger bosses like the CEO and the CFO. I haven't done a single CJ though. I have zero Lawbot pieces because the offices are apparently broken. Like the laser cogs are actually real cogs, and you can't hit the button without fighting the cogs, and that just doesn't sound fun. So I'm just gonna wait till they fix that to get Lawbot pieces, or maybe I won't. Maybe my Lawbot suit will just stay at 0 out of 10 forever. Who knows? We'll see though. But yeah, like I said, not doing any in-depth comparison. Don't want to steal, but I think it's fine for me to. I still think it's fine for me to get my opinions on the servers, comparing the servers across. You know, because he's not the only one doing that. I'm sure they're definitely. I don't really keep up with Toontown videos. His are the only ones I watch. I'm not friends with him anymore. I don't really like him personally, but I like his content. I will admit that. I do like his videos, but yeah, that's basically it from. It's basically all I like about him at the moment. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because that's not what I came here to talk about, and I shouldn't have even gotten into that. But oh well, I'm not gonna edit it out because I'm too lazy. Um, yeah. So, which server should you play? It depends. If you like the grind of Toontown Online, if you like a really long game, because the drawback of Infinite is that it's very short. But yeah, at the moment I'm playing Infinite because I have school and stuff to deal with, and I don't feel like grinding to level 50. I might maybe grinding to level 50 will be like a winter break project or a summer break project or something like that. But who knows? But for now, I'm on Infinite most of the time. I don't really get on Rewritten much. But yeah. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Obviously, I just prefer Infinite. You guys should just play whatever you want to play. And I don't want to see any comments about irrelevant crap like, oh, there's a virus. I mean, that's sort of a ship has sailed. Let's actually, if you guys are going to discuss which server is better, let's discuss actual gameplay points, the actual games themselves. This is a gameplay discussion. I don't want any political crap in the comments. If I see political crap in the comments, that comment's getting removed and you're getting blocked. No questions asked. You have been warned. And have a nice day. I've rambled on for about a few years, but I'm gonna stop. See you guys later.